Plenty of wolves on the field. I'm quite happy here. He needs to wipe us. And even if he does, we've got plenty of backup. Three lands in his Golos ability. Yeah, I was going to nice him, but that's brutal. Good game and good riddance. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for watching Hello Good Game. And today we're going to play Brawl a little bit more. Obviously, we do want to stick to our content schedule, but we're so excited about Brawl and we've just been loving it. And Standard's in a weird place right now, but I don't want to complain. I want to enjoy. So we're playing Niv Mizzet Reborn. And when you play Niv Mizzet, or when it enters the battlefield, we're going to reveal the top 10 cards of our library. And then for each color pair, choose a card that's exactly those colors from among them. Then put the chosen cards into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library in random order. So say we have a blue and a white. We're able to take all like a blue and a white. So for each different color pair we're able to take. And we are all uniquely colored pair here. Tyrant Scorn and Drown in the Loch match. Angrass Rampage and Stormfist Crusader match. But nonetheless, the chances that we're going to be pulling all of those in that 10 are unlikely. And even if we do, 9 card draw is still fine. So, to break the deck down card by card, we have Hero of the Precinct one. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. So that is just inherently good. Dovin's Veto. This spell can't be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. Consecrate/consume. Exile target card from a graveyard. Draw a card. Target player sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. You gain life equal to its power. Despark. Exile target permanent with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Drown in the Loch. Choose one. Counter target spell with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in its controller's graveyard. Or destroy target creature with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of cards in that controller's graveyard. So that's really cool as well. Tyrant Scorn. Choose one. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Angrass Rampage. Choose one. Target player sacrifices creature. Target player sacrifices an artifact. Target player sacrifices a planeswalker. Stormfist Crusader. Menace 2/2 for 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses 1 life, which is great. Assassin's Trophy. Also for 2. This is instant speed. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle their library. Find/finality. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Finality. You may put 2 1/1 counters on creatures, a creature you control, and then all creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. Cindervines. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, Cindervine deals 1 damage to that player. You can pay 1, sacrifice Cindervines, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cindervine deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Maryleaf Pixie. Flying. You can add a island or a forest here. Arcane Signet, you can tap this to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's identity, which is any color here for us because Niv Mizzet is 5 color. We have Deputy of Detention. When Deputy of Detention enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls, and all other permanents that player controls with the same name as that permanent until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. Mortify, destroy target creature or enchantment. Oath of Kaya. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it's going to deal 3 damage to any target. You gain 3 life. And then whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. Mnemonic Betrayal. Exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. You may cast those cards this turn and you may spend mana as though it were any mana to cast those spells. At the beginning of your next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, return them to their owner's graveyards. Exile Mnemonic Betrayal. Thief of Sanity. Flying 2/2 for 3. Whenever Thief of Sanity deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library. Exile 1 of them face down, put the rest into the graveyard. You may look at and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were any mana to cast this spell. Bedevil. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Leyline Prowler. Death Touch Lifelink 2/3 for 3, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Rhythm of the Wild. Creatures you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. Deafening Clarion deals 3 damage to all creatures, and you can give your controllers lifelink. Fey Burrow Elder. Vigilance. He gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control, so we could get this up to 5, and then you can tap it for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color, so you can also tap this for 5 mana, which would be groovy. Night of Autumn. When Night of Autumn enters the battlefield, choose one. Either put 2 1/1 counters on Night of Autumn, either destroy target artifact or enchantment, or you gain 4 life. Chromatic Lantern. Lands you have control tap, add 1 mana of any color, and then you can tap Chromatic Lantern itself to add mana of any color. Kaya's Wrath. Destroy all creatures. You gain life equal to the number of creatures controlled this way that were destroyed. Creatures that you control that were destroyed this way. Covetous Urge. Target opponent reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from that player's graveyard or hand. Exile it. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were any mana to cast that spell. All right, we have Rawl's Storm Conduit. This is a Planeswalker for 4. +2 is Scry 1, -2. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, which is great. And then he has the passive ability of whenever you cast or whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, Rawl's Storm Conduit deals 1 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. Desperate, destroy target creature. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield. Tap, then search your library or shuffle your library. Firemind Vessel. Firemind Vessel enters the battlefield tapped. Add 2 mana of different colors. Rampaging Monument has trample. He also enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it, and then whenever you cast a multicolored spell, put a 1/1 counter on him as well. Time Wipe. Return target creature you control to your hand and then destroy all creatures. Enter the God Eternals, deals 4 damage to target creature. You gain life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and you amass 4. Ethereal Absolution. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Creatures your opponent control get -1/-1. You can pay 4. Exile the top card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Rakdos the Showstopper. Flying, trample, 6/6 for 6. When he enters the battlefield, flip a coin. For each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp, destroy each creature whose coin comes up tails. Garruk the Cursed Huntsman. For his 0 ability is create 2/2 black wolves that when die, put a loyalty counter on Garruk. And then -3, destroy target creature, draw a card. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +3/+3, and have trample. Oh my gosh. What a broken card. Ravager Worm. Riot. When it enters the battlefield, choose up to 1. It fights target creature you don't control or destroy target land with an activated ability that isn't a mana ability. So, that's that. We have 2 planes because Hero of the Precinct 1, we're going to want to get that out early. Swamp, the island, the mountain, the 2 forests, and then all of these lovely lands, Command Tower, Evolving Wilds, all the possible lands you can put in there. We've got them. So that's that. If you enjoyed today's deck breakdown, make sure to comment down below. Let me know. I'm testing and I'm asking for you guys' feedback whether I do quick breakdowns of the deck, which would have been in the video before this, or a more in-depth breakdown like you've seen here today where we're reading every card and kind of talking about them. Obviously, I do get a little flustered as there's 60 singleton cards in here, and that is a lot of reading to do in quick chain succession like that. Whatever. So let me know. Comment short in the comments if you want it really quick and we just burn through the names of the cards, or comment long if you want me to read every card for you guys. So with that being said, make sure to subscribe to the page. We're giving away 500,000 gems to our subscribers, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, once you've subscribed, go ahead and look up the gem giveaway video on our page and you'll be able to familiarize yourself with that video. It's quite old by now, but it's there. We're going to make a new one eventually. And let's see what we can do with Niv Mizzet Reborn. We get a free mulligan. We're going to take it. Maybe we should have left it. Yeah, let's take that mulligan. We don't need the Ravager Worm. We don't need the Showstopper. Especially against Oko. I mean, the Deafening Clarion comes in quite handy, but we're missing that mountain, and who knows when that's going to come up for us, right? What we'd really like to see in our opening hand is a Chromatic Lantern. That would be baller. An Arcane Signet would be great as well. A Command Tower even. Just to make the mana a little bit more friendly within this deck, because it is 5 colors. So it's a little bit wishy-washy sometimes. I feel like our opponent's already gone. We're going to mulligan, and we're going to keep 6. We do pull that Chromatic Lantern like we wanted, and we're going to toss the Ravager Worm. So, pretty cool. We're going to start in with a Scry, I suppose. We have both red and black, but the colors won't matter. I say let's toss it. We already have 4 land available into our Ral, so I would rather a creature. Steam Vents can come in tapped. That gives us access to blue, which is great. Not that it matters again, because our Chromatic Lantern will fix all mana. I mean, keeping in mind that we are playing against Oko here. He opts for a draw. He could make our Lantern a 3/3, but like I'm okay with that as well. He's doing a main phase Growth Spiral, which is probably not the greatest for him. I think, no, we're close. Well, next turn we have access to our Garruk, which should probably seal the deal. Nice. So we get Disdainful Stroke out of the way, which is great. Ral is a cool creature to counter. That Scry 1 for +2 is very aggressive, and then we're able to copy our instants and sorceries with him as well. So we have access to our 5th land next turn. Niv could come in, but I'm really going to try to push Garruk if we can. We've got some delicious cocoa this afternoon to enjoy. We're going right for it. Why not? Jumpstart. Radical idea. That's fine. So our wolves hit the field. And this is exactly what we like to see, you guys. Garruk is broken. 2/2 wolves for 0. I think that's really good. And it's really a +2, but... could have a Brazen Borrower. That could throw a wrench into our plans. But again, it leaves us with these wolves. So let's attack with our wolves first. No, that's it. He can't handle it. Just shut down the game with a single card. This deck is full of nukes. Play a couple rounds here. Obviously, we've only been here for about 15 minutes, so we like these videos to be around 20 minutes, so half an hour. So let's play 2 matches more, potentially. Evolving Wilds is nice. The free mulligan's really cool too. Even though we don't really need it, it's just so cool to get hero in our opening hand. Let's do it. I mean, Ral is just really being prevalent in our draw hands here. It's like we can't escape the guy. We'll be friendly. Give him a little hello back. Let's get that scry in there. Rhythm of the Wild. We actually appreciate that early on in the game here. That will be nice if we can get that out uncountered. We do. There's no way for him to counter that because it's not a blue spell. We're going to come in with the haste, and then we're going to come in with the counters, and then we're going to attack. Right? Just pushing that tempo, using Rhythm of the Wild as much as we can. I love haste. Haste is great. Depending on what he does, we can find Finality as well, because we do have the mana available now to do basically whatever we want. I'm not sure we need to put Niv Mizzet out so early. We could push Rawl instead. But again, maybe not. Maybe it's worth it to get this beast of a creature in play. Ooh! Mortifies my Rhythm of the Wild. Interesting. Good for him. Let's go ahead and grab some cards from our library. Death Sprout, please. The Pixie, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get one more. We can't take Garrick the Huntman because it's not a... Or green-black, because we already took green-black. What's better? Probably Garrick is better. Let's take Bedevil. Ethereal Absolution. Oh, again, we don't want to take all these cards, I don't think. Yeah. I didn't mean to take all those. And this will not deal damage. So we're going to have to discard a couple here. A Ravager Worm can go. 2 more cards, I guess. It's a hard call, it's a hard call, it's a hard call. I guess Find Finality. It's kind of a bummer because he could get zombies out on us. But hopefully our Huntsman can save the day. Our Ethereal Absolution should help in some regards there as well. He does get his Golos in play. Ooh, Liliana. Goodness gracious, he gets the draw. Ouch. Liliana, hey? I guess we should probably just play it safe. Right? And just delete her.
Well, this was unpleasant.
It's kind of the only play we had. We see Golos now, which is fine, really. We're going to see him search for Field of the Dead. we draw another land, we're going in with Garruk. If we don't, we're going to ramp with Maraleaf. Right, a little Death Touch, that'll help. And then we'll get our Pixie as well. So that's not bad. We've got plenty of mana next turn. We still have lots of cards. And this should be okay. We could Garruk into our Ethereal Absolution. We have Deputy that he doesn't know about. We have a backup, Kai's Wrath, if things get way out of hand. So let's see how we make out. I feel comfortable here. Tameo makes things more complicated for us, obviously. Returns Liliana to his hand.
My acute awareness of your imperfections is maddening.
And that is exactly what he goes for. We're putting our Garruk out as quickly as we can, though. And now when we sacrifice creatures, they're just going to be our wolves that put loyalty counters onto us. Which is great, right? Ooh, ooh. A Spark Double and a Lava Coil. Pretty cool. So we can Spark Double his Tameo, I think. And Lava Coil probably our Prowler. I like that move. Oops. We're going to see him forfeit there. He actually can't cast that. Well, I don't know what he did wrong there. He can't. It's not an X cost card. So that might be game just out of frustration. That's a pretty big misplay. We do see him continue to play. Takes the Lava Coil. And he's going to -1 our Prowler, which is fine. Kind of negates the Death Touch of it. But again, we've got these chump blockers in form of wolves. And Garruk is just going to shut this whole place down, much like the first game. Ooh, he's looking for an Elder Spell. I like that. Ooh, and now we have a counter for said Elder Spell. We're going to pop these wolves into play. Probably throw out our Ethereal Absolution as well. We're going to go on as Tameo. She's more valuable by far. He blocks one, the other gets through. Plenty of wolves on the field. I'm quite happy here. He needs to wipe us. And even if he does, we've got plenty of backup. Three lands in his Golos ability. Yeah, I was going to nice him, but that's brutal. Good game and good riddance. So this, being said, is one of my favorite Brawl decks so far. We didn't get a chance to get Hero of the Precinct one out, but just imagine all that power with continual token generation. It's absolutely nuts. So if you enjoyed today's Brawl deck, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're doing content like this literally continuously every single day. And it would be so awesome if you could like this video and maybe even leave me a comment telling me what you thought. Until next time, hello, good game. And, well, I hope you all have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.